Hello again, my name is Ben, here today with another mock showcase. Here for me this time is the M90 shotgun from Halo Combat Evolved. Hello, it's been a while, but I'm glad to be here again, showing off this quite large creation, and I'm quite proud to be showing it here today. Size comparison with a minifigure. There you go. Just get a concept for like how truly large this thing is. Whoops, with my display. Get that out of the way. Now let's set up with the shotgun from Halo Combat Evolved. Starting off with the back here where the stock is. This is actually the last part that I assembled. The main techniques for this build were just a lot of studs on the side techniques here. You'll see some large winglet pieces here for the sides, getting all the angles. To the best of my abilities, obviously I'm not the best at this. Just try and flip it around here. See just more same things on each side. See some smaller details here, like the grills here, trying to get some of that great detailing. Some winglet pieces here, trying to get the angles. Obviously, I'm not perfect, so some of these left some gaps here. But when it's further out, you don't usually notice them. If I can just... My setup is not built for this type of construction. See the back of the model here? Not much to say, just bricks being built up for the stock. The bottom here is just bricks, or just plates, pretty simple. The main handle, or the grip of the weapon, more bricks here. You can see the angle I used. I'm not going to try and take it off, but you'll see, I'm not going to completely disassemble it, but you can see it's a little loose, but there's a angled plate here, trying to get it at that slight bend. And the one at the base here is using some pin pieces, some 1x4 bricks with the Technic pinholes on the sides, trying to get a bit of an angle there, and just built up with bricks. The guard here, the trigger guard, is built up around here with just some simple clips and attachments, ratchet joints and whatnot. You can see there's plate detailing on top to get it all secure. There's no trigger for the in-game model, so I didn't recreate one here. You can understand that. Just try to make it as accurate as possible. Definitely not an excuse to cut a few corners. The top of the gun, you'll see just some more plates here. This white part here is usually where the shotgun shells would go, but obviously for structural security, it doesn't really fold in. I didn't mention the top of the stock, but what I used was just bricks, and it all just lines together. There is a little bit of a gap, but usually it's not too noticeable. But it gets a nice smooth detailing there. But see some more stuff, getting it more of a curved look here, an attempt to. The iron sights, trying to make it look as close to the model as possible. You can see just using some basic bricks set up there, and then some clips are just put there pretty simply to get the blue lights, which are meant to be lights, so they're translucent usually, but to get it closest to in-game model, I use this like dark azure color, which I think looks really nice, and it gets to look across pretty well here. If you might have been noticing here subtly, because it's not the most secure structure, the pump here actually slides back. See, this is where it hits, and this is some more just detailing here, just some basic bricks. So you can just move that back, and the whole thing just goes with it. The pump here is pretty basic, just using more studs on the side techniques, dark gray a lot here, the plates built up. The handle grippers of the pump are here on both sides, and there's just more plates being built up all around just to get the shape of it down. See the orange light here, which isn't meant to protrude, but to get it actually all flush, and just the best of my abilities, I just built it like this. The front of the rifle, or not the rifle, the front of the shotgun, you'll see, if I can get it angled here ever so carefully, you'll see the flashlight, and just using some black tire pieces, and then a white dish at the top here. Bottom here I didn't mention, but this is the support stand that I've been using to hold it all up. The main barrel is constructed with a lot of just different like tire pieces and engine fuselage parts and just bricks. You'll notice it leaves a lot of holes because these pieces aren't exactly perfect, and I didn't have a lot to spare when I was designing this. So it's not perfect, of course, but I did it to the best of my abilities once again. And then the front of the weapon, you'll just see the barrel with a little bit of a hole, but it doesn't really shoot anything, of course, because I'm not that good. Main top of it here, getting all this curvature. I'm not going to dismantle it, but I'll describe. The technique I used was just a long brick beam going across it with placed inside of it 1x2 bricks with the studs on both sides, and using some more of the pieces that I used for the bottom of the handle here, the bricks with the curvature in them. I attached these plates all across it, stacked up to get a bit of a curved technique. So it leads to a little bit of sometimes you don't really want to handle it from here because it'll like kind of go kaput, but it gets the look across, I'd say, and then it works more or less. Of course, it's not perfect. The top here, you'll just see a long tile piece in light gray. Just getting all that down. And then at the end, you'll see the last iron sight using basically the same techniques as the ones in the front. With that being said, that more or less covers it for the shotgun. Of course, I'll just show it off one more time. The pump action function. Very satisfying to use. Unfortunately, it's a bit cramped in my setup here, so I can't do it too much. You can see it again, but it is very satisfying to use, and that's what I'd use to describe the whole model. It's just extremely obviously it's not perfect. You'll see I pointed out some of the flaws in it, and it's not a one-to-one replication of the in-game model. Ideally, you'd have tiles going across it, but obviously I don't have the amount of tiles to do that kind of technique. So this is what's just going to have to be done. But I think for what it is, I think it gets the look across, and the functions are pretty decent. Of course, the pump action function is just satisfying to use. Did take a lot of techniques and my know-how to try and get it perfect. Well, perfect in air quotes. It's not really the best, but that's really all I had to say about it. I hope you enjoyed it. I spent a lot of time working on this. I hope you enjoy it, and just if you want to give input on what could be improved, I'd like to hear it. I hope you stayed tuned to the whole video to watch through this part. Sorry, it's been a while. I don't know when the next one's gonna be. This one's really taking it out on me. Taking out a lot out on me. It's been a lot. I do want to build more weapons like this, especially from like Halo. I'm thinking if you want to see more of that, I hope you do, because this one was really fun to build. But if you also want to see things like mechs or something like that, then you also let me know. It just depends on what you all are interested in. But again, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to stay tuned next time, till whenever that will be. And just have a good day, and goodbye.